What, the returner for the Cowboys? That dude is lightning fast, and all he does is score touchdowns, it seems like.
He's out of TCU. I believe he went to TCU. I'm not sure he finished at TCU.
I think he did.
He went to TCU. Then he was in the USFL, an absolute stallion. And now he's made his mark on the NFL. Not only just taking a kickoff back to the house, which he caught, 2 yards out, 98 yards. Could have caught that coming forward, maybe a little bit more speed. 1 cut, 2 cut, 3 cut, gone.
Nice block by 84.
See you later. 84 tracking him down the field, by the way, trying to make the team, as is 40 and 50. Those guys probably not guaranteed to be in there. First quarter, 6:05 left. So that's probably going against maybe some guys that you're going to use in your special teams. So I think we can say, all right, maybe they got a guy. Cowboys also might have some of their guys that are going to be on their actual roster, blocking for them, setting some things up. Congrats to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I believe that's Bones down there running that kickoff return. And then another punt return. J.K. Scott hits him a ball right in the middle of the field. And
that guy loves giving up punt returns.
Dude, listen.
With all due respect, he stinks.
Well, he got on his horse here, though.
I'll say it so you don't have to.
He got on his horse. Could have dove maybe right there. Got him down. Could have left his feet. But Turpin obviously has a how you doing, keep it moving day. You make the first man miss, normally going to be pretty good. Normally that gunner is trying to force the returner to one direction, which is where the rest of the coverage is going. He side hopped him, had another time, went back the other way. Beautiful setup. Yeah, boom. Normally that gunner is shooting at the shoulder away from where all the other coverage is. So you see him shoot at Turpin's left shoulder, boom. So normally you would think the coverage was coming up in over top here. I think he saw the same thing. You can keep playing. You can keep playing. They cuts it. He goes over that way, and then bang, I'm coming all the way back. He set him up like 3 different times. That was an incredible return, and I'm happy for this guy. There's people calling him the next. This guy's next, Devin Hester. This guy's next. I mean, it's preseason, so let's fucking relax. But he is showcasing some things that I think will carry into the regular season, including a toughness. He caught that ball with a guy in his face. His head was up. That could have been a fair catch very easily. He showed great awareness with a sidestep, got free, was able to cut a couple different times, and they were holding on blocks. It was a great return. Great how you doing. Keep moving. Not great for the kickers, obviously.
Yeah, preseason, that's the only thing you can really learn is like the punters, the kickers, and the kick returners. And I feel like this weekend and last weekend from Ariza and then obviously Gillikin and now this kid from the preseason.
I think the coverage is probably going to have a lot to figure out. I mean, you can't give up 2 kick returns and won the game. No.
Same half.
Also, J.K. Scott, what year is this for him?
5 maybe?
4.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to get something else in.
Is he their starting punter?
I don't know. Ty Long, I think, was over there. He was a captain last year, wore the number 1. I don't know. I haven't seen him this camp. I don't know where he's at, what he's doing. But J.K. seems to hit the same ball.
I was going to say, he's doing the same stuff that he's been doing that hasn't really been successful.
He's the only punter on the depth chart.
Okay, so it's his job.
He start punting out of bounds.
Well, just somewhere near there,
He looks flexible, though.
Well, he is.
He's very flexible.
He's incredibly flexible. He had a gazelle-like run there.
Yeah.
Could have left his feet. I think he could have left his feet. Got a trip up at least at the 2 or the 1. But at that point, fucking give him a touchdown. I wouldn't have even been chasing him at that point due to a story that I told on the internet of John Tierlink telling me nobody gives a fuck if they return a touchdown, Pat. Just punt the ball, kick the ball, get the fuck off the field.
Yep.
Graham Gano's in concussion protocol. J.K. Scott, Joe could have blown a hammy out there for no reason. Not that he would. He does Pilates and stuff. But he hits the same ball. And that ball, end of the year, isn't the same ball because his leg's a little slower. This is just like when we talk about teams and how they might have success early, might win some games. But when it matters, like when it really matters, what is going to happen, it's almost like we can see people's futures. Like you're going to run into a team that can boom, and this team's going to be dead. It's almost, it's an interesting way to view things. It's almost a negative way to view teams. But for me with JK, it's like that ball he hits, and maybe they're telling him that so I can get some coverage reps and like see how it is. He hits the same fucking ball all the time. It's like, you got to at least work a little bit on trying to get that fucker to the sideline, like in a little bit more consistent, I think, personally.
Do you think there's a chance it might be more conducive to playing in the division he's in now, and he might have a little bit more success because he's playing indoors as opposed to like he was doing that shit in Lambeau, and it was a nightmare. Yeah, exactly. But you got Vegas and Denver, you've always talked about how the ball flies differently there, and he's not going to really have the inclement weather conditions like he did when he was in Green Bay.
So in my head, he should be able to
aim that
Just
thing.
nuke it directionally.
But if they're trying to, go ahead, AJ.
To be an NFL punter, right? That's part of it. You got to be able to directionally punt.
Yeah, I think like when I first got in the NFL, I didn't know how to punt, so I was just kicking that fucking thing somewhere. You know, like I'm gonna hit this thing, and there's some guys that do that. Andy Lee still just bombs balls. Like there's a lot of guys that have had great careers just by hitting the ball as far as they possibly can. But like as you, I don't know, like in the off season, I think it's natural to be like, oh, I'm gonna try to get, better at this.
Like basketball players that get a new shot.
Yes.
All of a sudden this dude can shoot threes now.
Yeah. So like the fact that JK seems to only hit the same ball every single time, even if there's massive wind, it's like that. I question that. I'm like, what?
Is it possible they wanted him to punt it there to try to figure out their cover lanes and everything?
Maybe, but also if I'm the Chargers, I'd like to see this fucking guy put a ball on the sideline. You know what I mean? Like I'd like to see that. That's why watching Jack and Rigoberto hitting warm-ups, like these guys are landing the ball like 5 yards from the sideline. It's like, oh, what a weapon that is. Like that is.
Five more and put it right out of bounds.
That's what they're trying. They're trying. But getting it in that area is like, I don't know. That's when I saw that kickoff return, I was like, well, obviously a bunch of lanes opened up, so you probably just got a couple guys that looked whoop instead of whoop, and then every kickoff can go. It's preseason. Okay, impressive, but for that punt coverage, it was like, all right, the ball, why is the ball landing where it's
Same
landing?
old JK.
That's the same ball. And then also, somebody's got to make a fucking tackle, too. Like, it's a good wake-up call, hopefully.